Hello my fellow nerds, my name is Jamie and I'm trying to live my best nerd life. Now a few weeks ago I had one very busy weekend. I went to both the Manchester gaming market and WarpCon 2019. I've already released a video about WarpCon 2019 and I would totally recommend you checking it out because it does seem to be proving quite popular. But anyway, that isn't what this video is about, as you can probably tell by the title. I'm a huge fan of going to gaming markets. You never really know what you're going to get there, and it's always really fun just to walk around and see what there is on offer. Now the main one that I usually go to is based in the Dome in Doncaster, and when I found out that the same company who did that also does one in Manchester, I was very excited because, you know, Manchester is a bigger city, so I thought that would mean a bigger gaming market. Sadly I was wrong. I was kind of disappointed with the size of the one in Manchester, which is why I didn't really take any footage. I was planning to, but when I walked in I was just like, okay, yeah, there's not all that much here, so I decided not to. Even though I was disappointed in the size of the market, it was still definitely worth going because I did manage to get quite a substantial haul. And you may probably see a theme running through this video of the things that I bought. Now to begin with, I managed to get a boxed copy of Command & Conqueror for £5. Now this is part of the Electronic Arts Classics range. It is a little bit kind of beat up. There's some creases here, there's a bit of dent here on the back, and there's also a, where is it? Yeah, there's also kind of a yellow kind of smudge here, which I can possibly get out if I just clean it. But for £5, I wasn't going to turn my nose up at this. I've not actually checked inside the bag yet. It was sealed in a bag, but it's not actually sealed, if that makes sense. Basically, the thing I just showed you is the odd one out in the selection of things that I bought at the gaming market. Basically, I bought a Nintendo Wii the other week, and I wanted to get GameCube games playing on it. So that means getting a GameCube controller, getting a GameCube game, etc, at a price that isn't massively inflated because of the kind of rarity of games or the popularity of games, etc. So I kind of went to this gaming market with an idea about getting some Nintendo GameCube games and a controller, and I was very successful. A little too successful, I'll say. I managed to get 3 different controllers, all for £5. So number 1 of the 3 gaming controllers that I got is the control pad for the GameCube. Now this was sold at Game, I assume a few years ago. The box is a little bit yellow, it looks quite kind of old, not retro but old. Now I had a hard time of tracking down the exact time period of when this controller would have been sold, but because it was marketed for the GameCube, I imagine that this was available before the Nintendo Wii was actually a thing. So, pretty old. Now for number 2 of the 3 controllers that I managed to get, this is the GameStop Power to the Players Chameleon controller. Now this is still sealed. Now because this is marketed for the Wii and the GameCube, this did come out, I assume, after the previous controller that I showed you. But again, I had a hard time tracking down the exact time scale of when this was available. It could be quite a recent edition, I don't know. But because it was sealed in the packet, I just kind of wanted to get it and see if it worked as well. Now the third of 3 controllers is something slightly different. This is the Retrobit Retro 8 Wireless Pro Controller for the NES Classic Edition, the Wii and the Wii U. The thing that really caught my eye when I was walking around the market is the design of the box. I think it's such a beautiful box. It's got a kind of a nice retro feel to it, but still has a modern twist. I mean, even down to kind of this kind of cut out section here. I think it's just a really nicely presented box. Now even though this isn't for the GameCube, I still wanted to get it because it has kind of a multi-use kind of thing going on for the NES Classic, the Wii and the Wii U. I kind of want to see what other things it will play on because it's wireless. I mean, it could just be for those particular things, but chances are I might be able to get it working on a few other things. For example, the Nintendo Switch. Well, that's for another video. Now I previously mentioned with that third controller, I want to do some more in-depth videos about each of those controllers. That's one of the reasons why I got them, but also I now have 2 GameCube controllers, which means I can play GameCube games with my girlfriend. I also just like getting controllers and seeing what I can get working on what console and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, be on the lookout for individual videos about each of those individual controllers and what I can get working with what. So yeah, I've got plenty of controllers now. And what do I use controllers for? Playing games. Exactly. Now I managed to get one game because GameCube games were quite expensive, but to be honest, I only one memory of playing one GameCube game, because as a kid I didn't really have access to a GameCube aside from one friend who I didn't really see much. So there was one particular game I was looking for, and I did manage to get it for quite a nice price, and that was X-Men Legends. So the other versions of this game that I found were more expensive but of lesser quality. One had like a hole punched through the front of the case, you know, the kind of plastic and stuff, which it wasn't great. So even though the case isn't the best quality on this one, I just stuck out because the game itself was fine. The manual and all that kind of stuff was in there. So yeah. So last but not least, I managed to get something a little bit different that I've wanted to get for quite a while. And this is a vinyl poster, I'll call it, of the Nintendo logo. So let's have a look and open this. So yeah, this is the Nintendo logo on a vinyl strip. It's decent quality. I want to stick that up somewhere around my room, I'm not sure where yet, but I've wanted one of these for quite a while. I just think it's a cool decoration, and I really do like the back of it. I know it's a weird thing to say, but I really do like the back of it. It feels, the texture feels very, very nice to the touch. So anyway guys, that was my Nintendo themed haul from the Manchester gaming market. I did really enjoy going, even though it was a bit small and a bit disappointing in terms of size. And if you did enjoy this video, then by all means like, comment, subscribe, and share this video around as much as possible, because you doing any of those things really help this channel to grow. Thank you very much for your time.